Bruh. Bruh. What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Geek Samurai coming to you back with another video, man. Alright, guys. In this video, I just want to get right into it, man. I was at work last night. Could not watch Game of Thrones when it dropped last night. So the first thing I did was come home and watch this joint. And I just finished watching it, man. And I'm going to give y'all the full review right now. No holds barred. We're going deep diving, deep dishing into this joint. What an episode, bruh. Like, I'm going to tell y'all how I go hard for Game of Thrones, how I go hard for my queen, how I go hard for House Targaryen, bruh. This episode was all about fire and blood. Fire and blood is the name of the game, bruh. Squad, I kid you not. I kid you not. From the opening scenes of this episode, Season 8, Episode 5, the opening scene, you see Varys writing on his little note. It looked like he's about to send out all of these messages to the Citadel, telling everybody who the rightful heir to the throne is. How Rhaegar did not kidnap Lyanna Stark. How they secretly got married, had a baby boy named Jon, actually had a baby boy named Aegon Targaryen. And then all you see is just this little peasant girl, this little servant girl come in, and she tells Varys, oh, the Dragon Queen, she doesn't want to eat. She's not hungry. Bruh. Or you hear Varys say, yo, we'll have to try again at supper. Go back to the kitchen, you Martha. That's the little peasant girl named Martha. Go back to the kitchen. You'll be missing. They're gonna need you. Bruh. Then we cut to the scene of Tyrion going into the war room where the Dragonstone table was created of all of Westeros. And you see Dany. Dany is over there at the window. Bruh, when Tyrion walked closer to the Dragon Queen, my Dragon Queen, bruh, she looked broken. She hasn't eaten, she hasn't showered, she hasn't done her hair. Bruh. She is mad and she is pissed at Tyrion. Why did you tell Sansa? That means Jon told Sansa, and Sansa told you. My bad, Tyrion didn't tell Sansa. Sansa told Tyrion that Jon is Aegon Targaryen and he's the rightful heir to the throne. Bruh. All you can see is Dany. Yo, so Jon betrayed me. So that means she didn't even have to wait for Tyrion to say that somebody betrayed me. She already knew that somebody betrayed her. But she said Jon first. Aegon first. Because he told him not to tell his sisters, but he had to. Even Bran told Jon, yo, it's up to you, bruh. It's up to you if you want to tell him. So Jon said, I got to tell my sister because he's honorable Jon. He's stupid Jon. Jon Snow, you know nothing. Dany was pissed. Pissed. And Tyrion finally came out and said, no, not Jon. Excuse me, y'all, I'm still sick. Not Jon, but Varys was the one that betrayed you. Varys is the one that's plotting and scheming, going in Jon's ear, telling him that you should be the king. You should be the rightful heir to the Iron Throne. Dany's like, what? Are you serious? I'm not going to let this stand. Bruh. Now we get back. We pan back to Varys. Varys is in his quarters, in his room. And all you hear is footsteps marching towards his room. Bruh, we already know. Varys, he takes that message. He couldn't even get it out to the Citadel. He couldn't get it out to the rest of the realm because he wanted to tell the whole realm what happened. He couldn't even get it out. So what happened? You see Grey Worm and a couple or a few unsullied soldiers get handcuffs to tie up Varys. And they take him outside of Dragonstone. Bruh, all you see is Dany and Jon right there. Bruh. You already know what's happening. This is an execution scene. First, Dany signals to Tyrion, go say your last goodbyes or whatever. So Tyrion goes and says his last goodbye to Varys. Varys like, goodbye, old friend. All you see is Dany. She said, I told you this was gonna happen to you. I told you what would happen if you betray me. And then all you see is Drogon come out of the shadows, hovering over her. And her last final words was, Dracarys. What? The freaking dragon put the freaking flames into Varys, cut off, peeing his ass. Just blazed him. And all you can see is just the flames in the eyes of Grey Worm, in the eyes of Tyrion, Jon, and Dan. You just see my man get roasted, got barbecued. Shoot, where's that A1 sauce at, bruh? Oh, I knew Varys was gonna get killed, but I didn't think he was gonna go out, bruh. And you know, because he was a kid, he saw something in the flames, and we didn't know what that was. He always saw something in the flames. Maybe that was the Lord of Light talking to him. We don't know. Kinvara was talking to him when he was in freaking Marine in Essos, saying, you know what's gonna happen to you, bruh. He knew that he was gonna go out by fire, bruh. Drogon is the MVP of this episode, bruh. Put the rinse in him blood clot. What? Yo. And that wasn't even enough. Now we get to the part where it's Jon and my girl Dany in their quarters. Dany's, at the fireplace. She loved fire. Everything got to be fire for her. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, you see Jon go up to her. First, Grey Worm is in there, first of all. Before we even get to Jon, Grey Worm is in there. Dany gives the last known possession or last known, I guess, artifact or possession that Missandei had. She gave it to Grey Worm. Grey Worm's like, I don't want this shit. What the hell are you doing? He threw it into the fireplace. Watch that shit burn. All he wants to do is serve Dany now. He don't give Missandei's gone. What can you do? Yeah, bro, that was the love of your life. What do you mean, bro? Are you kidding me? Yo. So Grey Worm leaves, and then Dany tells Grey Worm, don't worry about it. You can leave. I have to talk to him. Yo. Jon is like, you're my queen. I told Varys, before you even wanted to burn his ass, I told Varys that I don't want the Iron Throne, bro. I don't want it. This is my queen, and I'll never betray her. Yo. It is so crazy how Jon and Dany, like that whole scene was intense. I was stressed out, man. Because I want them to get along. I want them to be, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, what do you want me to do? I told y'all what would happen if people betray me. This is me. This is me standing my ground. They love you, Jon. All of Westeros loves you. They don't love me. They fear me. That's what she told him. So then she gets up out of her chair. She goes up to Jon, kisses him, smooches him, everything like that. Then he keeps pulling away because she's getting more aggressive. He don't even recognize her no more since the time they had that boat sex. Bruh. She said, all right then. You're going to pull away from me? You're going to fear me too? Then let them all fear me. Bruh. That had me stressed out, man, because I love Dany. I love her so much. And I love Jon too, Aegon. I love both of them together so much. So to see them go at it again, it just stressed me out, man. Like, come on, y'all need to get along, man. I want to see a baby. I need Dream of Spring to come. Yo, I couldn't believe it, son. I couldn't believe it. So now we come to the scene now where it looks like Jaime freaking got caught by the Unsullied. And Dany's in her throne room talking about what they're going to do. She's telling Grey Worm, yo, march, and I will come meet y'all on my dragon. I want you to march first day. And telling Jon, I want you to go with them too. Meet the freaking Golden Company. Meet Cersei. Everybody at the gates of King's Landing. We coming through, bruh. And then Tyrion's trying to reason with her and everything. Tyrion's like, yo, I can't let you do this, Dany. I can't let you do this. Like, if they ring that bell, show them mercy after we've actually bum rushed them at the gate and we get past them, you please promise me that you're not going to burn those innocent lives. Because, yo, I can't take it. I don't know what to do. Bruh. Dany did not make any promises. She just sent the Grey Worm like, yeah, all right. That was it. And then she was gone. Bruh. It's just, oh my gosh. Then once Tyrion walked away from her, she said, we know you caught your brother, right? We know we found Jaime trying to get past the Unsullied, sneaking and creeping, going back to Cersei. She's like, yo, you betrayed me again because you told me Jaime has left Cersei. And now look at we now know where his heart lies. We now know where it truly lies. Jaime's freaking ass, bruh. Oh my God. It is just so crazy, son, how every scene was just so tense between Jon and Dany. Freaking Tyrion and Dany. Freaking Varys getting his ass barbecued. Barbecue chicken, like Shaquille O'Neal would say, man. That's exactly what happened. Bruh. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we get to the part where Tyrion, all he's thinking about his brother. All he's thinking about his brother. He don't know what else to do, bruh. Like, this shit is going down, son. It's crazy. So now we see Jaime tied up. He's shackled up. And Tyrion's going up to the Unsullied soldiers and everything. And he's just like, I'm the hand of the queen. I got to get past your soldiers. What do you mean, bruh? I have a higher claim than anybody giving orders. I'm coming through. So Tyrion goes into the tent and he's talking to his brother. He said, yo, you're the only one that never called me a monster. You're the only one that didn't treat me like a dwarf. You treated me like a brother, like family. Cersei was mad at me, treating me like garbage. My own father, Tywin Lannister, was treating me like trash. But Jaime, you were the one for me. And he's plotting and scheming with Jaime how I can go back and get Cersei, how to escape out of King's Landing. Bruh, he had a key. He had like a little key in his pocket. He showed it to Jaime. He unshackled him. Okay, so we see that, you know, he's hugging his brother. He's thanking him. And he's telling him, this is how you get Cersei out of King's Landing, bruh. It don't matter what you got to do. You got to get her out. Yo. Tyrion betrayed Dany too. Bruh. It is insane. It is insane what happened. So, okay, so Jaime finally making his way to King's Landing. And now we cut to the big battle. We see Jon, Davos. We see Tyrion all standing with the Unsullied at the gate of King's Landing, bruh. It's going down. Then we see the Golden Company at the front gate, outside of the walls of King's Landing. And we see Cersei, we see the mountain, we see Qyburn looking at the battle. Yo. Before the battle could even begin, all you hear is just flapping of wings. And then the camera pans to Euron and the Ironborn in the water. That was like the first brigade. And then you see Euron just stop what he's doing. You see all the Scorpions looking around, seeing where the dragon coming from. Then Euron put his hand up because the sun was bright. Couldn't see what's happening. All you see was Dany. All you see is Dany come through, son. On her dragon. Just coming through. And she lights up the whole Ironborn, son. Like, just takes them all out. Scorpions are missing right and left, son. And all you see is Euron. He's looking up and you see Drogon coming through. Dany saying Dracarys. And she just lights up his whole fleet. And Euron with his punk ass just jumps out of the ship and he's swimming for his life. Dany was not playing. As the Dragon Queen, all she knows is fire and blood. She came through like House Targaryen knows how to come through. And she lit everybody up with that dragon fire. What? First she took out freaking Euron and his Ironborn fleet. Then she went after the freaking Golden Company. Took out all the Scorpions first out of the gates of King's Landing. Took out all of them. Cersei's men look so scared, bruh. And then you just see the Golden Company. Fire comes out of the brick walls of King's Landing. And you just see the Golden Company just implode in flames. Bruh. It was so crazy to see Dany and Drogon blazing through King's Landing, man. Dany has finally gone Mad Queen, son. I thought Cersei was Mad Queen. Nah, bruh. Dany's gone full Mad Queen. She don't care. All she cares about is avenging her other dragons who died. Her best friend, Missandei. She lost so much that she don't even recognize herself. So she don't care about the Iron Throne no more. She don't care. She destroyed everything. And then you see freaking Harry Strickland, son. I think that was the leader or the commander, the captain of the Golden Company. Or you see him running for his life. Like, what's the point of even casting this dude if he's not even going to be a badass? So you see Grey Worm come up behind him, took his spear, and just shanked him from behind, son. And you see how the way the camera pans on Harry Strickland, he looked such a punk. He looked like a coward, son. Like, casting him was for what? Golden Company didn't even need a leader. He just went out like a freaking Oh my gosh, he looked like a pussy cat. Like this dude is running for his life. Like he didn't even take out his sword and try and fight back. Because the Unsullied was already charging the Golden Company after Danny blew up the wall so that the Unsullied can get through. Danny had a plan from day one. And you see Grey Worm, you see Jon, you see Davos, and everybody else in the Unsullied army. And Dothraki. I thought all the Dothraki was gone, son. Nah, bruh. The Dothraki, half of the Dothraki was gone, but the other half was still there. Just like half of the Unsullied was gone from the Night King, but the other half of the army was still there. This battle was, it was more intense than season 8, episode 3. This episode was ridiculous. So we finally see the Unsullied. We finally see Dany get through the gates of King's Landing. And now she don't care. All she cares about is getting to Cersei, getting to the Red Keep, and just taking out the Iron Throne. Bruh. This next scene that I want to talk about, man, got me, son. It got me. Now we see Arya and the Hound sneak into the freaking gates of King's Landing, where all the other, we see Cersei close off the gates. She doesn't want to let any other free folk go into the rest of the keep of King's Landing. She closed off all the gates, but you see the Hound and Arya sneak into the gates. And I guess you see the Hound put his hand on one of the ladies who had a little girl. He's like, move out my way. And Arya looks back at that same lady that she saves later on in the episode. And she said sorry. She had that sorry look on her face for my friend the Hound. He's just so freaking, he has no manners. He's not a gentleman. Shoving the poor lady and her little daughter out the way. What the hell? And they finally sneak into, and it look like they're trying to get to Cersei. They're trying to get to the Red Keep. Because all the Hound is thinking about is just getting to his brother. Because we're going to get that Clegane Ball. It's going to be Sandor Clegane versus the Mountain. Gregor Clegane versus Sandor Clegane. I want it. And we finally got that scene, man. I mean, I thought Arya was going to come in over top. Because she's, when she was escaping out of the House of Faces. And she's running away from the waif. She was climbing on top of the mountains, on top of the buildings and everything, trying to escape the waif. I thought she was going to hop from rooftop to rooftop, doing some parkour stuff, trying to get to Cersei. But nah, man, she was in the city. She was in the streets, getting to Cersei, doing what she got to do to get past the King's Landing guards, the Lannister guards. Oh, my gosh. Now, they finally get into the keep, son. They finally get in. And the Hound is convincing Arya, go back. Go back, girl. You don't need to come with me. Because if you come with me any further, you will die. So Arya says, Sandor, thank you. And she just leaves. Like, what's the point of even going down to King's Landing? You should have stayed in Winterfell. You took out the Night King. Retire. You don't need to be assassin no more. Just retire. There was no point in seeing the Hound and Arya. Like, there was no point. So we finally get Arya going back. She's going back, I guess, to Winterfell or whatever. But all you see now is Dany and Drogon. You see the shadow of the dragon. And this was in the vision of season 2, I believe, when Dany had that vision. This was in the vision of her with a dragon going over all of King's Landing. And we knew that this was coming. We didn't know if it was the Night King on the undead dragon or if it was going to be Dany and her dragon. Bruh. Dany is lighting up everybody. The bell finally rang. And the bell was ringing, ringing, ringing. Like, yo, you've gotten through King's Landing's gates. You've gotten through and blew up the Golden Company. You blew up the freaking Scorpions. We thought Dany was gonna stop when the bell was ringing. We see Tyrion looking at the bell. Dany's still going. Dany is still going and coming strong, son. She's gone really batshit crazy. She's gone full Mad Queen, son. And all you see is just her and her big-ass dragon with his shadow, with his silhouette, flying over King's Landing, burning innocent people. Not even soldiers anymore. Innocent women and children. Men who are like blacksmiths, carpenters and stuff like that. Going through everything. And she finally actually gets to freaking Red Keep. And Cersei's standing there not trying to move. We're safe in the Red Keep. Nobody's ever breached or gotten close to the Red Keep. This is the safest place you could be in the whole city. Yeah, all right. So we start to see the whole Red Keep falling apart. The ceiling is crumbling. Cersei's there standing there crying. Oh, my baby. All I can think about is my baby. I don't want to die here. I want my baby to live. So her hand, Qyburn, and the Mountain is telling her, let's go, let's get out of here. She's like, no, we're safe here. The whole building is falling in front of you, and you're telling me you're safe here? Danny's trying to get to you. If Danny won't get to you, the dragon will with his fire. I'm telling you, between Danny and Drogon is the MVP of this episode, bro. Because I don't know where he get all that energy and all that fire from his belly to be just igniting the whole city, man. He would not stop. Once Danny made that decree saying Dracarys, this dragon would not stop shooting out that fire, man. Do whatever it takes to take out King's Landing. This is the capital of the realm. This is the capital of Westeros. If I can't have the Iron Throne, nobody will. That's all Danny thinking about. So Cersei finally gives in. She starts crying. You see the waterworks come out. And she finally goes to Qyburn. He takes her hand, and they're going down the steps of the Red Keep. It looks like they're trying to get to safer ground. You know what I mean? And then all you see is Sandor. Sandor Clegane comes out of nowhere, bruh. And you see the Mountain lock eyes with Sandor. We're finally getting the Clegane Bowl. Gregor versus Sandor. I love it. And all you hear is Sandor say to Clegane, yo, you know what's coming to you, right? You know who I am. I'm your little brother. You burned my face when I was a kid. You threw my face into that fire. I'm coming to kill you. Bruh. You see Cersei talking to the Mountain like, Mountain, do not fight the Hound. Stay by my side. Qyburn said, yo, your queen is talking to you. The Mountain's brawling ass took Qyburn by the throat and threw his ass into a stone wall. Like, all you see his brain and blood and guts spewed out on the rocks. The Mountain is too brawling, man. Even though Qyburn has some kind of spell bringing him back from the dead, the Mountain lost control. He lost control, and all he could just do is just keep staring at his little brother. Yeah, I know it's you, little brother. I'm going to kick your ass. Bruh, we finally get Clegane Bowl, and it was epic. Freaking Sandor, the Hound, is stabbing this man, trying to kill this man, knocking off his helmet. You see his freaking armor just come off, and this guy's just brawling with freaking chest out and everything, taking all those stab wounds. He would not die. The Mountain was brought back to life. Qyburn brought him back, and I don't know, I guess he lost that mind control. All he could think about is killing the Hound. So Cersei, she don't want nothing to do with the stabbing and the stabby stab and the sword fighting and all the guts spewing. So Cersei freaking runs out of there. The Hound doesn't even try and kill Cersei. The battle just freaking rages on. And the freaking Hound is getting choked out. The Hound is getting thrown like a rag doll. And he finally gets pressed against the wall. So now the Mountain, knowing he's going for his signature patented move, which is to gouge your eyes out with his thumbs. He's that strong. Like, he don't need his bare hands. He just need 2 fingers just to take you out. Because he did that with one of the Sand Snakes way back in season 1. So he just goes in, he's trying to gouge out the Hound's eyes, bruh, with his thumbs. Like, how do you try and kill a man with your thumbs? What the hell? Bruh, this episode was so gory, man. Oh my gosh. Love it. Love it. So the Hound's like, yo, why don't you just die? He starts laughing because he know he about to die. So he finally takes his dagger that he was stabbing him this whole time while his eyes is getting gouged out. He finally takes the dagger and stabs the freaking Mountain in the eye, in one of his eyes. The Mountain freaking stumbles backwards. He couldn't take it. And then you see Sandor with one eye open because his eyes is almost freaking gouged out of his head. He finally was able to wedge one of his eyes open. He looks at the Mountain. He sees a freaking wall that looks like it's about to collapse. He just charges at the freaking Mountain, son. The Hound and the Mountain go out in an epic battle, son. He charges at him. They both implode through that wall, and they fall to their death in a freaking pool of fire. For them to go out like that, I don't know what D&D was thinking, the producers of this show, but it was just a good callback to when they were little kids. Because the Mountain freaking always tormented his little brother by putting his face in the fire and burning him. So for them to die like that, in a pool of fire that Drogon caused, yo, they fell to their death, and that was epic. What an epic scene, son. Okay, so after that, we finally see Danny on Drogon still burning up all of King's Landing, and now we see Arya. She's trying to help out. She's in the streets, and she's trying to help out all the free folk. She's trying to help out all the civilians of King's Landing. Oh, you can't stay here. You gotta go. So she finally comes across that same woman that the Hound freaking knocked out the way. She finally comes across the same woman, a little daughter, and she's just trying to like help them out. Like, come on, let's go, let's go. You see Dothraki on their horses, going throughout the streets, killing people with their swords. And then finally that one woman, the mother, she finally gets murked by one of Dothraki. Arya got to stop and help them. You got to keep going. Arya finally helps her up. And then all you see in the background is Dany on Drogon. And Arya is there trying to like help out this woman and her daughter. So the woman finally stumbles to her death. She can't get up no more. And the daughter wants to stay by her mom. So Arya's like, come on, you can't go. So the little girl pushes Arya away. I'm staying with my mom. Freaking Dany says Dracarys again. And she freaking lights up the little girl and the mom. Arya finally escapes. And I thought she was gone. Because all you see is the flames just come up. And I thought Arya got burnt by the dragons. And, yo, I thought it was about to be done. So she finally survives. And she sees a horse, I don't know, out of nowhere. That horse is just the only one that survived out of the rest of the Dothraki horses. So Arya pets the horse, calms it down, gets on the horse. And it looks like she's going to ride back to Winterfell to regroup with Sansa and Bran and the rest of the Starks. But it don't make no sense because, like, what you gonna do? You're gonna finally like convince Jon, like, yo, this is not the woman that you fell in love with. So what? Jon's gonna take out Dany now? You still got a dragon you gotta worry about. She's Mad Queen now. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. So we get to another scene where you see Jon actually trying to like, yo, let's go Unsullied, let's go soldier, let's go civilian, let's get out of the city. Let's regroup. We got boats, we got ships. We will take y'all to safety. So Jon's doing the honorable thing that he does. Even though he's dumb as hell, he does the honorable thing that he can do and just save everybody that he can. So I think the last episode of this season, the epilogue, Jon is going to come up with a way to kill Dany. She's Mad Queen now. There's no security around her. There's no, you can't calm her down anymore. There's no talking to her. And I think Tyrion is going to get it too. Because I'm pretty sure Davos, Jon, and Tyrion got the hell up out of King's Landing and they're probably going to go back to Winterfell. There's no point in going to Dragonstone. So I think Arya, Jon, Davos, Tyrion, everybody's going to go back to Winterfell and try and come up with a way to kill Dany. That's what I'm thinking now. All my predictions just went out the window. But the last scene I want to talk about is how freaking Jaime and Cersei, they end up all the way under King's Landing, where the old shriveled up bones of past dragons have died. Their skeletons are still there. So we see Cersei and Jaime trying to escape, and there's no way to escape. Like, the whole city's crumbling around them. There's no way to escape, and all Cersei can think about is the baby. And Jaime's trying to calm her down. Jaime's like, yo, stop. Nothing else matters. All that matters is you and I. And then in the background, all you see is just the whole building. Everything just crumbles, and then we get a last scene of the building itself. The whole city of King's Landing crumbling on top of Cersei and Jaime. Hey, they came into this world together. They're going to go out of this world together. You know what I mean? Jaime finally died in the arms of the woman that he truly loved. I thought it was Brienne of Tarth. Nah, bruh. D&D said, yo, we wrote this show. We're going to do whatever we want. And they did a 360, bruh. It didn't even matter anymore. Jaime's true love was Cersei, not Brienne. He dumped her and went back to his first love. Frig it. I can't stay away. I love her too much. And they both died together. I thought Cersei was going to have a miscarriage before her death. But this happened. This is a better way for them to go out. That baby was never born. And we all know that it was predicted that Cersei was going to lose all her children. After her 3 kids died, she wasn't going to have a 4th. Prophecy fulfilled. So let me know what y'all think, squad. I just had to give y'all that full recap of this episode. Oh, let me know if it was hot or not. If you were feeling it. If you think this is the best episode on the season so far. I can't believe it, man. I didn't think that D&D was going to do it. I didn't think Game of Thrones was going to do it, man. They did it. Dany is full Mad Queen now, bruh. What is going on? I thought Cersei was the Mad Queen. Nah, son. Cersei's dead now. Now Dany's Mad Queen with a freaking dragon. And I think Jon is going to be the one to take her out. I think Jon is going to take her out. And I don't even think that her baby even matters now either. If she's even pregnant at this time. So let me know what y'all think, man. We have one more episode to go. The season finale, bruh. It's going down, son. 6 episodes ain't enough. But because they made these episodes feature-length episodes, it's fulfilling. It's really satisfactory, man. And then some. We have one more episode, and it's the epilogue, man. It is the ending of 8 seasons. We got 8-9 years of this great show, and it's finally coming to an end. And we know George R.R. Martin, he's all about doing a whole bittersweet ending. So we're definitely going to get a bittersweet ending. So let me know what y'all think. Post your comments in the comment section and let me know. I will be reading them comments. I will be liking those comments. Like, subscribe, share Geek Samurai. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in another video. Peace.